Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. When George Orwell wrote these words, he was imagining a dystopian nightmare. Today, these two lines aptly describe Xi Jinping's China. The Chinese president is not just controlling the present, he is now rewriting China's history in an effort to leave a mark on the future. A key meeting is underway in Beijing. The political elite of China is meeting behind closed doors. The purpose is to adopt a resolution, one that will pave the way for a historic third term for the Chinese president. No surprises there. Xi Jinping was virtually assured a third term the moment China got rid of the term limits for presidents. The question now is, what does he plan to do with the third term? Will Xi Jinping's China go to war? Two developments raise the threat of a military conflict. Number one, China's aggressive deployments on the line of actual control with India. And number two, the discovery of mock-ups of US Navy ships. China has built these dummy ships apparently to practice attacking them. On Gravitas tonight, we will tell you how Xi Jinping's consolidation of power is raising the threat of a conflict. Let's start with what's happening in Beijing. Today, the Communist Party began a 4-day-long meeting. It is called the 6th plenum. Around 370 members of China's political and military elite are attending it. They are the Central Committee of the Communist Party. What is the Central Committee? It is the Communist Party's highest organ of authority. It includes provincial governors, party secretaries from different regions of China, as well as financial and military elites. These are the top leaders of the Communist Party. They meet every year to discuss issues and set policy in key areas. But this time, they are about to do something that has only been done twice before. They are preparing to give Xi Jinping his place in Chinese history. For this meeting, there is only one item on the agenda, a historic resolution on the achievements of the Communist Party. This resolution essentially will define the key events that shaped today's China. It will establish an official narrative of events from the past and set out a direction for the future. But for Xi Jinping, this resolution means a lot more than an official version of China's history. It will enshrine his role as a leader of China, putting him on par with Mao Zedong and Deng Xiaoping. Mao and Deng are the only two leaders who have pushed such resolutions in the past. Now, Xi Jinping will enter the same league. Experts, in fact, say this resolution will be, quote-unquote, an extraordinary demonstration of power. It leaves no doubt that Xi Jinping will remain China's president. He faces no opposition from within. His grip on power is absolute. What does that mean? The world should expect more of the same from China. An authoritarian regime at the helm, one that will continue to provoke the world militarily. Already, China is doubling down on its territorial claims with India. The US Department of Defense has come up with a report. It describes how the PLA is steadily increasing its deployments. It is recruiting Tibetans. Reportedly, the PLA conducted a month-long recruitment drive in August. Around 400 Tibetans were recruited. The new recruits will be trained by the PLA. They are likely to be deployed along the India-China border. The PLA is deploying advanced weaponry as well, like howitzers, rocket launchers and choppers. And at the height of the border standoff with India, China equipped itself for the long haul. It deployed systems used for real-time communication on a battlefield. The PLA installed a fiber optic cable in the Western Himalayas, which would enable faster communication among the troops. Clearly, China wants to be prepared for a conflict, not just with India, but with the Americans too. Have a look at these satellite pictures now. This is a mock-up of a US Navy aircraft carrier. The Chinese military has built one for itself. It has been created in the desert of Xinjiang. The PLA has mock-ups of American destroyers as well. Why does the Chinese military need them? Apparently, for missile target practice. This entire facility is actually a weapons testing range. The Chinese military is preparing itself to fight American forces on the high seas. The mock-ups are being used to discover vulnerabilities and develop strategies to neutralize the carriers. Xi Jinping is seen as China's greatest leader since Mao Zedong. The gathering of the Communist Party in Beijing will give this description a permanent place in Chinese history. But this resolution has another purpose. It legitimizes the aggressive actions of the Chinese president, giving him a license to commit more military provocations. Xi Jinping will rule China for another 5 years, but he is also taking the country towards a dangerous future. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.